Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Make Our World Your Runway. You know, this is the show that interviews the most fascinating individuals from the world of pageantry, modeling, fashion, beauty, business, and even the entertainment industry. And today we are going to continue our Road to the Crown series. We have one of our beautiful ladies that just won Miss International World Supermodel at the 2023 Miss International World Pageant. But of course, before we bring our guest on, we always like to make a few announcements. And we do want to remind all our viewers to subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel so that you can see all the shows from success stories and, of course, Make Our World Your Runway. And I do highly recommend that you always tune in to success stories because that is produced by the Global Trade Chamber and 100 Successful Women in Business. And you will hear and see stories from some of the most amazing women throughout the country and the world. These are women that have humble beginnings and have become some of the world's most leading entrepreneurs and also doing great things with community service. So once again, make sure you subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel so that you can see all the stories of success stories and, of course, Make Our World Your Runway. And if you are a successful woman, you will definitely want to order your copy of the 100 Most Successful Women in Business Volume 2 book. It is available on Amazon. Again, stories there are absolutely amazing. Fabulous women from around the world telling their stories, again, from humble beginnings on how they became great entrepreneurs and the community service that they are doing within their own community. And if you are a successful woman in business, you might just want to get into Volume 3, which will be coming out in 2024. So if you'd like further information on this, go to the website at www.100swb.com for all the information. And of course, starting in 2024, the Global Trade Chamber and 100 Successful Women in Business will be starting back with their road shows. Our first road show is going to be in March 2024, taking place where? In Miami, Florida. It is going to be a great event. I will personally be there. We're going to go live stream. It will be absolutely excellent. You will have women from around the United States and, of course, the world that do attend these events. We also have fabulous speakers that can give you some inside information on some of the businesses they have and guide you to some of the things that you may want to do. And of course, we just came off a very successful 2023 road show. We were in several different states, from Miami to Dallas to San Francisco. And of course, they just finished with the big trade show where? In Puerto Rico. So again, go to the website, www.100swb.com or the Global Trade Chamber website, so that you can view all the information on the road shows that will be taking place in 2024. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I always like to say, lights, camera, action. It's Make Our World Your Runway. And today we're going to feature a beautiful and wonderful lady that really took the pageant by storm. She became Miss International World Supermodel. So without further ado, I'm going to have her tell you her story. She's also an aspiring model. So we'd like to welcome Estefania Snyder to Make Our World Your Runway. Welcome, Estefania. Hello, dear. How are you?
Good, and you, Miss Angela?
Oh my God, like I said, you look absolutely beautiful, but it doesn't surprise me because you're always a stunning lady.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, and it didn't surprise me that you took the title of Miss International World Supermodel. Okay. I had even said it before the pageant. I said, watch this girl. I said, she's going to do great things. She's going to be absolutely amazing. Not only are you beautiful, but you're an inspiring model. So what was going through your mind when we called your name out that you had won the title?
Well, I was in shock in that moment. Like, I took a minute to go in front of everybody because I was in shock, and I was super happy. I feel really grateful in that moment.
Yeah, I know. I think everybody, when they hear their name, goes into shock. I know many years ago when I did a pageant and I won and I heard my name, I stood there for a moment and it had to sink in. I was like, are they really calling my name? Am I really, hearing this? But then, you know what? It does sink in. And then all of a sudden reality sets in and you say, oh, here I am. I'm on stage. I've got this title. I'm here with all these beautiful women. So yeah, it was absolutely, it's a thrilling moment, and it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I know you want to be an inspiring model. So tell us some of the things that you've done before you actually got into the pageant.
Okay, so this year, I've been working a lot in my career. It's when I decide like I want to do this professional. So I've been trying to build my portfolio, taking pictures, learning from other people. And then this opportunity came to me. So it's like everything is going the way it should be going. And yeah, I've been working a lot, and this opportunity is so grateful for me because it opens a lot of opportunities, and it opened my mind to see that everything is possible.
Exactly. And that's the reason why we do this, is because so many women out there that have always said to me, you know, I need to have opportunities and I need to have doors open. And, you know, when you do something like this and you can put that on your resume, it all just falls into place. Okay. And people say, oh my God, you know, she's Miss International World Supermodel. They're going to look at you a little differently. I always remember a story going way back when I was with the Mrs. Globe organization, and Dawn Foley, who had won Mrs. New Jersey Globe back in, I believe it was 2000, was it 2007? Yeah, no, 1997. Okay, I got to go back a little ways. And she had told the story about when she went for a job, and you know she had a great resume, and she didn't get the job. She went back the following year, and when they saw her that she was now Mrs. She was Mrs. Globe USA. Okay, big difference, because it was like a functional resume, and she saw that they saw that she did something that was a little bit different. Okay, and I'll never forget that story, because she said, you know what? She said it made a big difference just to have that title, because now they felt that she was doing something a little bit different with her life. She was kind of furthering her career, and she got the job. So I always say you put that on your resume. You know, you want to put it on the top or as a functional resume. You'd be surprised how people do look at that.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, now that I've been telling the people like I won Miss International World Supermodel, everybody is like, oh my God. And yeah, they're really surprised, and it opens a lot of doors.
Does open a lot of doors. I mean, when Walina won the supermodel title, I'm going back a couple of years ago, Walina had been doing things, but all of a sudden that title just opened up doors. I mean, of course, she's still the face of Curls Pop and Hair Care. And, you know, we were able to get her to train with Max Sherkowski from Dancing with the Stars, because he does own a studio here in Boca Raton. He's going to be coming back next year. So I definitely want to get you in there with Walina. And he was very impressed with that. And he even said to Walina, he said, if you come to California, he said, I will introduce you, he said, to my agent. So I got to get you ladies definitely to California. Because if we can hook up with Max and you guys can get that agent, you'd be surprised what can happen. Besides modeling, you may start getting parts in movies. Which, you know, you take whatever comes your way.
That's right. I'm open to all the opportunities. Like I say, in Mealy podcast, I'm open for the opportunities that the universe wants to bring me.
Exactly. And that's the right attitude. Whatever opportunities that the universe is going to bring you. I always say that on a daily basis. You know, you never know what fate is going to bring. And we had some very exciting news, because you see Therese is out there promoting her book. Okay. And I had her on my show last week. And she sends me a message this morning, absolutely screaming. I had to listen like 3 times to understand what she was saying. The very famous actress, Viola Davis, actually listened to our show last night and went in and read her book.
My
okay. And has been following her. And I said, oh my God. I said, now that's something that just fell in the lap. I would have never imagined that. Okay. So then I started really thinking. I said, well, I got a very good friend of mine by the name of Alejandro Sanginas, who works for NBC in California. So now I really started thinking. I said, okay. I said, you got somebody like that following you? I'm going to type him a note and say, the strike is over. The Screen Actors Guild. Okay, how about inviting us to the Oscars coming up in March? I'm like, well, listen, if Teresa's got something like that, why not? Okay. I would just once love to walk that red carpet at the Oscars. I said, I don't care if anybody knows who we are, just to walk it and be there. It would be absolutely amazing. So I told Teresa, I said, get that book to the Cannes Film Festival. I said, whatever you need to do. So you know what? I'm proud of her too, because she's not only opening doors for herself, but she's opening doors for all of you.
That's right. I mean, Therese, it's like an amazing woman, and I'm really glad that she won the main title, because she's a really inspiring woman. Like she has gone through all these things in her life, and her background. It's amazing. Her story is amazing.
Yeah, her story is absolutely amazing. I mean, what she's gone through, especially in the military, and then when she was a child. I've read a part of her story, and I'm like, I don't even know how she was able to endure that, but she did. And I think that's what makes her personality so vibrant and so different, because she was able to survive all of this. And what I do like about Therese, if she does something and she gets involved with something, she'll open a door for everyone. She's not one of these people that says, oh, okay, I've got this, but I'm going to close the door on everybody else. No, she won't do that. She will have opportunities for each and every one of you. Okay. I mean, she's even thinking about a retreat and a spa for all the girls. I mean, she's got a place there in Washington that she works with. And that's the kind of person she is. She's got such a good heart. And I think all you ladies do, and that's the whole thing here, is the sisterhood. Okay. One wins one title, one wins another title, but you're all in this together. Okay. And if all of you can do things and one can open the door for someone else, why not?
Why not? Yeah. And something that I want to say about, taking the history of Therese, what it doesn't kill you, make you better. So that's what we have to do. Like all those bad things, change it to good things and take the best from that.
Exactly. I always say the same thing, because I've been through a lot, either medically or personally, and it always made me stronger. I have a saying, okay, I'm here now. This is what I'm faced with. Where am I going to be a half hour from now? Where am I going to be tomorrow? Where am I going to be next week? Okay. Sometimes things happen. Okay. Unforeseen things can happen. All right. But sometimes you have to embrace that, as well as embracing all the good things. Okay. And say, all right, you know what? This is going to make me a stronger person. Been there, done that. I know exactly, what the next step is. And I always say, life throws you a different curveball every day. You can get up in the morning and you could feel fine. And I always tell people, you could be walking down the street, you'd be crossing the street, and all of a sudden, God forbid, a car hits you. You just don't know. Or you could get up and it could be a tremendous day, and everything goes your way. So you just have to almost embrace every minute and say, you know what? Let me enjoy it while I'm here.
That's right.
But I have a saying, even I always say, when I'm not here, okay, when my time is up, I'm still going to be tap dancing somewhere. All right. Yeah. I'm never going to give up. I may close one door, but I'll open another door. Okay. So, and I always tell people, purpose never dies. So I'm going to keep that in mind. So no matter if my time is finished on earth, I'm going to keep going. So I'll be looking down on everyone.
And a lot of people is going to remember you for the things that you did when you were here. So that's the most important thing, like what you left after you're gone. And yeah, I'm really grateful with you, because you gave me this opportunity, and because you basically were the one who took me in, because I didn't want to go in the beginning. I mean, I was kind of nervous.
I did. Yeah. It's just me to always tell that story. I did the same thing to her. I pulled her in, and she did not want to get involved at all. She was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I said, look, And the way I said it to her, I said, shut up. I said, I know what I'm looking at. Okay. I said, get in this. I said, if it doesn't go your way, hey, you gave it an opportunity and that's it. I said, but I have a feeling, I said, that's going to build your career. And it did. Okay. When she came in, she won the title of Miss International World United States. Okay. And she got the second highest title of Miss International World Global. She worked with the Global Trade Chamber. Okay. She was their coordinator. But the biggest thing that she got was the U.S. cricket games. Okay. She was actually asked to put on a fashion show and also bring in entertainment. Okay. We all got involved with her. She did this for 5 days. And I even said on stage, I don't know how she did it in 5 days. I got to take a whole year to build the show. She does it in 5 days. And there was one day where it rained. So they had to move everything inside. They even had to postpone the cricket games. So she moved the fashion shows and the entertainment inside. And that night, I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wait a minute. I said, maybe I'm not looking at this right. And then I went back and I said, 1.5 million viewers? I said, oh my God. I showed her. I said, you realize what you've just done? This is a great accomplishment. And as she says, those 5 days were hectic. Okay. But it was a career builder. Okay. And when I saw you on All Casting, I looked at your pictures and I was reading a little bit about you. And I said, I've got to get this girl in. And I know you were a little hesitant about that. And I said, I'm going to call her again. I'm going to work this out so I can definitely get her in there. And I knew. And I had showed my husband your pictures. My husband used to be a professional model. And he said, oh, no, this girl, he said, you have to get her in. And then I had showed a picture to Sasmita, and she said, definitely. Okay. So I said, yep. Well, I said, Sasmita, she's being almost like you. I can feel the hesitation. I said, but she'll come in. And that's when you decide to come in, and Sasmita spoke to you, and look what happened. The rest is history.
Yeah. And it's been an amazing experience, and I'm going to keep it in my heart forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and like I said, you have a whole year, we'll be doing a lot of different things, a lot of opportunities, but it never goes away. It never dies. Even after you crown a successor, you can still get out there and do things. That's why we don't put years on the banner. Look at Wilena. Walena's still out there. Okay. Last year, our supermodel, she was from India. She did some things in India, but it was always kind of tough to get her over here. So I said, all right, Wilena, you're it. You're going to put that crown and banner on. You're going to go out. And she still does. Okay. Wilena has stayed very loyal to the organization wherever she can go out and do something. And then she became top model of the year for Supermodels Unlimited magazine. And they still bring her in for Fashion Week to train. Okay. She goes there and she does the show and she trains all their models. So she has still kept up with things. Okay. And now she's actually making modeling a full-time job. This is the career that she really wants. Okay. And I can understand Wilena doing that because she has that personality. So again, perseverance. There you go. So you never have to worry about anything because even if you crown your successor and they're live somewhere in Europe and they can't always get this, you can still go out there and do things with us.
That's true. I mean, if one door closed, another 5 doors are going to open for you. 10 doors is going to open for you. So you have to keep going and trying. And if this is really what you are passionate about, it's not only in modeling, but in anything, you just have to keep going because in one point, you're going to get it. One point, you're going
to. Exactly. And I see that you'll be that kind of a person, that will definitely keep going. And I know that you're like a Wilena. You're very passionate about what you do. I mean, I could even see some of your modeling pictures. But what type of modeling have you done previous to this?
Well, I did like fashion model.
Right.
And I've been doing like it's swimwear and it's sportwear model. I love that. I love to train. So that's something that I'm passionate to. And I love like the sportwear outfits. So I wear it like really happy. And but yeah, I don't have too much experience modeling actually. So I'm just starting to build my portfolio and my experience.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get it now. We have to get Carlos to do like a portfolio on you. Okay. And how did you like working with Liz Costello? She's great.
Oh my God. Miss Estella, it's amazing. She's Colombian too. She's from my country.
Yes. Yes.
She's super nice woman. And the designs are amazing. I mean, I went to her house and she has beautiful designs. So it was really nice to work with her.
Oh yeah. And one thing about Liz, and if you notice, 𝐏𝐚𝐬𝐿, she had 𝐏𝐿𝐬 there. She had Melina there. Okay. And 𝐏𝐿𝐬 was on Miss International World going back about 3 years ago. She still works with 𝐏𝐿𝐬. She still works with Melina. And if she likes you, she will continue working with you. And one thing about Liz, any event that she gets into, it's always a very high-end event. Okay. That's one thing about Liz Costello. And her designs are amazing. Every year she comes out with a new collection, and even my eyes open up. And I've worn some of her clothes. In fact, I have an outfit I was looking at today. I have an outfit in the closet by her. Okay. It's like the cutest jumpsuit. Okay. It's almost a two-piece jumpsuit. So her clothes are absolutely amazing. Okay. And that's one thing about Liz. You can never go wrong with Liz Costello. So how was that event? I know that was for the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival.
Yes, it was super nice. It was my first red carpet. So I've been doing like first things, all like first pageant, first red carpet, first interviews. And I'm learning in this process, but that event was really nice. We meet a lot of directors and movie persons who works in the movies. And it was really nice. It was really nice to that event and have this experience.
Exactly. And the film festival, Fort Lauderdale Film Festival, is actually owned by a gentleman by the name of Steve Saber. Steve is a character. I will say that. I've known Steve Saber for years. And he had a big party the following night at his home, which I was up in Orlando hosting Orlando International Fashion Week. Or otherwise, I would have made sure all of us would have been there. It was actually called he did it for the Winterfest Boat Parade and for the film festival. And it was called I think it called it the Gatsby Party or something like that. It was more like a Roaring 20s type of theme. But knowing Steve, he'll have many of parties, and we'll have an opportunity to actually, you'll have an opportunity to meet him. If you didn't meet him that night, you will meet him. And he's always got some sort of theme parties going on at the Villa de Palma, which is his home, which is a mansion that probably was about maybe 6 blocks long. Okay. But yeah, it is. It's a beautiful place. All right. A little bit of a character, Steve. When you get to know him, you love him. If I'm around and he always sees, the girls with the crowns and the banners, he comes up to me and says, "You mind if I take a picture?" I said, "Steve, you got to ask." I said, "Go ahead. Just do it," and he's always been very gracious to me and all the girls of Miss International World. I mean, in the boat parade, he's always had our girls on the boat. He'll say to me, "I'll give you 8 passes. Just come on." So when he's in a crowd, I said, "Steve, you don't have to ask me anything. Just go ahead and do it. You want to take pictures with him all night long?" There, I said, "Be my guest." So, but yeah, Liz Costello, I can't say enough about her. She's absolutely fantastic. And I know she will definitely work with you again. She really liked you. She told that to me. She told that to Susmita. So, and tomorrow I know you'll be with us. You'll get honored along with me and Marianne as community service leaders. This is more of a community service event for Portada Magazine. You'll actually get to meet the woman that owns it, 𝐏𝐚𝐠𝐞𝐬, and of course Yvonne. And I know you have plans for tomorrow night, but we're all going to support Steve and Avi.
I know. I wanted to be there, but yeah, we already had plans. So, but I hope I see him again. He's fantastic with the violin. He's amazing.
Oh, Steve and Avi? He's great. Oh, you'll see him again. I got him coming back. Now I start working on 2024. Okay, where we will do our next event. Oh, he's definitely coming back. Okay, Steve and Avi. he has performed with me for me now. Be at least 2, 3 years he has performed for me. Look at Lamont. I stopped counting for the years Lamont has been with me. Okay. And it's funny how I met Lamont. I saw him because Lamont's done a lot of movies, and I did see him in a movie. In fact, he was on television in Madam Secretary. I know he was in House of Cards, but he was in Madam Secretary. And I
Oh,
happened to watch that show, and I saw him, and then I caught him on social media. And I said, "Go talk to him." So I reached out and I said, "You know what?" I said, "You are absolutely fantastic." I said, "I don't know if you'd be into this." I said, "But how would you like to host this international world?" And he says, "Oh, I would love to." Well, that was the open door. I said, "That's it." I said, "I got myself a famous actor here. I'm going to get him." And I would say, I think it was since 2017 or 2018, he has hosted my show every year. And
that.
we don't do a show without him. Okay. And I said to him, I said, "Get ready for 2024. He said, "Oh, I'm already ready." So, yeah.
Yeah, you have a really great team with you. So, and every person has something to teach, and every person is amazing. Like,
Yeah, everybody had something to teach between Lamont and myself and Susmita and Lilina. And then, of course, we had Jerry there doing that type of production. Yeah, it really was absolutely amazing. I mean, I had no idea on how they were going to build that stage. And when Susmita went there and they decided to bring it inside, we're hoping this year, where we originally were going to have the show was at Sandpiper, an all-inclusive resort. That was like being on a cruise ship. But unfortunately, when the Wyndham property took over, there was a lot of renovation that they had to do.
uh-oh.
And they had to close. And I thought they were going to be open by the time that we were ready to do our event, but they're not even going to open up until December the 15th. But I understand from the town of Port St. Lucie that when it's open, it is going to be amazing. There's that. For years, we were on Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, which was Margaritaville at Sea. We were with them for 6 years. They had a little bit of change of management. But now one of the major cruise lines just took them over. And I was just looking at something the other day, and they've been watching what we're doing. So now I'm just going to go out and bid and see who will take us and get back on one of those real big stages. Because we were on ship. Oh my God. It was like being on Broadway. We had a Broadway type of stage with the curtains coming down. Yeah, it was really great. So I'm looking to repeat that again. So now my work begins again.
Yeah, no, you're amazing in the things that you do. You're amazing networking and amazing director. And no, I'm so grateful that I'm with you in this team. And I'm so happy for everything that we're gonna do together.
Yeah, no, and you could be, you're part of the team now. I mean, anything that you want to do, you want to get with Melina on training or anything, any advice you can give, we are always, always open to suggestions. Okay. So, in addition to modeling, is there anything else that you do?
Well, like I say in my introduction video, I love everything that has to do with art, and I love dancing. I want to learn how to act. I want to be acting. And yeah, no, I love to travel everywhere. And those are my passion. So
Yeah, exactly. You're like me. I love to travel. Okay. I always tell people I've been halfway around the world and back. Okay. When my husband worked for a huge international communications company, I was lucky enough to travel with him. I used to say, "Where are you going next?" Because I'm in a suitcase. And I did. I got to see parts of the world that a lot of people don't see. Some of it was wonderful, and some of it was, unfortunately, you kind of cry when you see how some people have to live. All right. And, but that's, when you travel, you do see that. So when you come back home, you say, "Gee, look what I have." All right. Uh, some places were way more than what I had. I've been in certain palaces and things around the world, but it's an experience and you learn from that experience. Okay. And what I love about traveling is that you learn the different cultures of people. All right. I mean, I know what my culture is, being half Italian. But you know, like when you go to Greece and you go to Japan and you're in Hong Kong, you get to know the different cultures and you get to learn to respect people a lot better. And I think that's the problem in the world today is that people don't respect one another because they don't understand that culture. All right. And unfortunately, sometimes that's what can create wars because people just don't understand one another's culture. Every culture is different. Everybody believes differently. And when you learn it, then you understand it better. Okay. When I was in England last year, and you know, they had some Muslim women there, which were wonderful people. All right. They do have their heads covered and everything. And when I started speaking to them, they just said to me, "We never heard anybody speak like you." And I was like, "Why? Am I different?" They said, "No," because they said, "You are understanding or trying to understand our culture and not just, you know,
Good.
yeah, putting them aside." So they liked that. Okay. And that was another thing. Even being in England last year, I realized, you know what? Hey, this is why you have to respect other people. And I always say, if I want people to respect me, I have to respect them as well. And I know someone, because the fact that you're from Colombia, who's really going to love you. Okay. He's the president of the Global Trade Chamber, 𝐏𝐚𝐠𝐞𝐬, which you will meet. We're going to be doing something with them. And if I'm saying it correctly, Medellin.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that's where Al is from. Okay. He became a citizen of the US, but that's originally where he's from. And when he heard Marianne was from Colombia, oh, he went crazy. When I told him, I said, well, now you got two winners. You got Portada and Supermodel from Colombia. So now when you walk in his office, he's got the big Colombian flag. Okay, because he's very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's proud of you and he's proud of Marianne. So we have to go there and take pictures with him because he will be smiling from ear to ear. And I've known Al, let's see, about 22 years. When I first, and I have to thank the Latin community because when I first came here, my husband was transferred and I really didn't know anybody. And I joined the Broward County Chamber of Commerce, and that's how I met Al. Al Otero was working there. And he introduced me to so many people. And I was very lucky to meet some people down in Miami. And when I first started Miss Latina International, I got on Telemundo, and one of the commissioners down there loved the idea, and they did a whole press conference for us, which I took out. So I have to thank the Latin community. And tomorrow, when you meet Yvonne, when I first came here, they really got me involved in things. So it was the Latin community that gave me my start in South Florida.
Well, that's so nice. That's really nice. No, I would love to meet all these people that you're telling me, and I would love to, what is the name of the guy that's from Medellin? Can you repeat?
Al Otero.
Alader.
Yeah, he's on social media. Look him up. He's on LinkedIn. He's on Facebook. He's on, I believe he's on Instagram. But yeah, you'll definitely get a chance to meet him. And like I said, he'll be smiling from ear to ear. When he met Marianne that time, and she said she was from Colombia. Oh my God, he was just like, he went nuts. Okay, and he's a proud Colombian. And I said, no, why not? Okay, so I told him, I said, well, Colombia took over this year. That's all I had to say. So I said, that means Al, we're going to be friends for another 22 years. He said, absolutely. So no, he's a great guy. And we're going to be doing a big road show with them. You'll like Maria too. Maria's from, I'm trying to think where she's from Bolivia, Maria.
Okay.
Maria Davila. Okay. And you'll like Maria. Maria heads up the 100 Successful Women in Business, and Al does the Global Trade Chamber. So they kind of partner with one another. But in March of 2024, we'll be doing a big show with them at the DoubleTree in Miami.
Okay.
So you will definitely be involved with that. I'll have my step and repeat there, and Therese is going to fly in for that. So we'll definitely have all the girls there for that. But I'm going to be very excited to see you tomorrow, along with Marianne. That's going to be a good event. You'll love Yvonne. You'll love Tenchi. And before we close the show, any closing remarks you want to say to our viewers?
Of course. So, well, first of all, thank you for having me today. I'm so grateful to be here. And well, I want to inspire other models and other people that wants to follow their dreams. That, like I was saying in the beginning, everything is possible if you put it in your mind and you work hard for that. So just keep trying, keep going, because in one point you're gonna get it.
Exactly. I agree with you. And I'm also going to tell all casting, because they always want to know if anybody, applies to what you've done. I'm going to let them know that you and Cassandra came in from all casting as well, too. So
Yeah.
I definitely going to let them know. They'll probably do something special. And I do want to thank you for being an inspiration and a role model to all the women out there. I thank you for coming into the organization. And I know that we're going to do a lot of great things together. So from me to Susmita to Alina, anything you need, we will definitely make sure that we get you in the right direction. And I totally believe that you will be a superstar come the end of this year and going into 2024.
It's so nice to hear that from you, from a person that's professional and a person that has all this experience in this industry. So I really appreciate it, and well, I'm open to learn anything.
Oh, that's fantastic. And believe me, with all my experience, I'm still learning. This industry changes on a daily basis. Believe it or not, it's not like it was 20, 30, even 10 years ago. Okay. The industry is constantly changing. But you know what? Even with that, I still learn. And, I always say, if I make a mistake, okay, one door is going to close, but the other door is going to open. So I do the same thing. I keep pushing ahead. But anyway, my dear, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us on Make Our World Your Runway. And of course, if you always want to come back to our show, you just let me know you have an open door.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, dear. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another spectacular show from Make Our World Your Runway. As I always say, lights, camera, action. You heard it from a fabulous girl, Estefania Snyder, someone who is kind of new to this business, but just by listening to her, she's absolutely going to become a superstar. She's beautiful, and we look so forward to working with her. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Make Our World Your Runway, and we will see you next week with another exciting guest. Have a great weekend. See you soon.